Hey you guys. I want to talk to you about my favorite books in the Bible. One of my favorite books in the Bible is Proverbs. Proverbs was written by Solomon, and he was the wisest person on earth then and now. He was the wisest person. Like, that's something that God gave him. And I like reading Proverbs because it just has it has common sense stuff in there. It has street smart stuff in there. Like, you are who your friends are. That's in Proverbs 13 verse, I think, 20. Basically, he's saying if you hang around with stupid people, you're going to be stupid. If you hang around with wise people, you're going to be wise. Like, that's just common sense. He has stuff in there like don't fall for get rich quick schemes. You'll be better off just, grinding every day, working harder. He has things in there like if you lend to the poor, you're lending to God. Like, that's wisdom right there. Like, that's great wisdom. Another book that I like to read is the Psalms. Psalms was written by David. David was the father of Solomon, who wrote Proverbs. It says in the Bible that David is a man after God's own heart. So if David had that close of a relationship with God, like, I want to see, like, is there any tips in there for me? And also, Psalms is a book that Jesus used to quote a lot. It's like there's mysteries in Psalms. And then I just like who David was. David was a worshiper. He was a musician. He wrote songs. He played songs. He was a warrior. He was a king. Like, if you're a Christian, if you're born again, you're a king. Like, I like David. And obviously, so does God too. My other favorite book to read is, of course, the Gospels. There's 4 Gospels. There's Matthew, John, Luke, and Mark. But my favorite one is Mark. I don't know why. I like Mark. It's more concise, more compact. I guess that's just how I am. I don't talk a lot. So basically, he just gives you like an overall view, but at the same time, it still has some nuggets in there. I like reading Mark. I like reading the words of Jesus. Like, man, Jesus, he's humble, but at the same time, when the Pharisees used to get on him, like, he used his wisdom to get on them. Like, I love it. I love Jesus, how he used to just use wisdom and use the word and use common sense, to answer the Pharisees. Like, you telling me not to heal on the Sabbath, but if your donkey falls into a well, you're trying to tell me that you're not going to pull the donkey out of the well? But whose life is greater, a donkey or a human being? Like, I love Jesus. And then my other favorite book is Genesis. Genesis is an awesome book because some of the things that happen in Genesis, just starting with the first family, Adam and Eve, it's like it still affects us till this day. Like, after Adam and Eve got cursed for falling for the trick of Satan, one of the curses that Eve had was she would labor during childbearing. People are still laboring during childbearing till this day. And then another curse was, instead of Adam just living on the land and relaxing and chilling and just, having dominion over the land, God said, okay, now you're going to have to work for your food. You're going to have to till the ground. So till this day, you have to work hard. I mean, of course, you have God's favor and grace and things like that, but you have to work. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's in Solomon. So and when I say work, I don't mean like going to a job. Anything can be your work. Whatever you love to do, your passion, you still have to work at it. If you like to preach, you have to work as a preacher. That's just how it is. But yeah, Genesis, I mean, Genesis has everything. It has Noah, it has Jacob, it has Isaac, it has Joseph, it has everything in there. Yeah. And then one of my other favorite books is, I like the books that Paul wrote too. I like how Paul wrote a lot of the New Testament, and basically if Paul was alive today, he would just be somebody you'd be like, dang, that guy is just real. He's just real. Like, I like the way he writes and the way he talks. He's just like straight up. He's a straight up person. You can tell by some of the stuff that he wrote to the churches, like how he was rebuking them, how he was seeing how, like, you know, he's just real. I can see why God chose to use him, you know, for that part of the Bible. And then what other book do I like? I like Revelation, even though sometimes it's hard to understand. I like Revelation because it's like, Revelation is like a movie. It's like a sci-fi movie. I'm not trying to blaspheme the Holy Spirit or anything like that, but it's just like a movie. Like, you need a lot of revelation. You need a lot of revelation to understand Revelations. But yeah, those are the books in the Bible that I like. You can comment and let me know what books of the Bible that you like to read and why you like to read them. That would be, you know, and then we could talk in the comments. But yeah, those are the books in the Bible that I like to read.